Hello there, my name is Richard McMunn from the interview training website, passmyinterview.com, and in this tutorial I will teach you how to pass an Amazon interview, and in particular I will give you my top 11 Amazon interview questions and answers. So if you have an interview coming up with Amazon for any role whatsoever, make sure you stay tuned because I will help you to succeed. And to achieve that goal, this is what I will cover. So I will give you a list of Amazon interview questions that I strongly recommend you prepare for. And these are suitable for all Amazon job roles. I will also give you example answers to difficult Amazon leadership principles interview questions. I will give you some really important tips on how you can stand out during your Amazon interview. And I will also tell you how you can access further resources, including these slides, to help you succeed. And just very quickly, please do make sure you subscribe to this channel. We have over 500,000 subscribers now, and lots of you are passing your interviews as a result of the content. I don't want you to miss out. You can also connect with me on LinkedIn. I put my LinkedIn link in the description below the video, and it's always great to connect with like-minded professionals such as yourself. And please give the video a like because that tells me you find the content useful. Thank you very much. The first question that I want you to prepare an answer to is tell me about yourself. Now, in your answer to this first Amazon interview question, focus on the different skills, qualities and experiences you have that are a match for the role you are applying for. And you should also be positive in your answer. And remember, you may need to back up your claims of how you work later in the interview. So here's a great example answer to assist you. Tell me about yourself. I am a self-motivated and high-achieving employee who strongly believes you only make significant progress in an organisation if everyone in the team is pulling in the same direction. Now, over the years, I've built up lots of transferable skills and experiences that are a match for not just this job description, but also for the leadership principles you expect your employees to demonstrate in their work. For example, I will always use my initiative to come up with new ideas for the team. I will look for ways to save the business money by being frugal in my approach to tasks. And I will challenge team decisions professionally with a view to encouraging people to think outside the box and to strive for continuous improvement and development. Now, I understand you are interviewing lots of candidates for this position, but I genuinely believe I am the right person for the job based on my passion, my experience, and my commitment to helping the organisation I am a part of be the best it can be. Now, that is a brilliant, positive answer to that first Amazon interview question. Tell me about yourself. Now, you can either pause the video if you want to and take a note of the questions and answers as we work through them together, or if you wait, I will soon tell you where you can download my full set of Amazon interview questions and answers, including the ones we are covering today within this presentation. The next question: why do you want to work at Amazon? Now, this question is almost guaranteed to feature at some stage during your Amazon interview, and in your response, give genuine and unique reasons why you want to work for this brilliant organisation. Here's my example answer to help you. Why do you want to work at Amazon? I want to work at Amazon because, in my opinion, it is the greatest company in the world, and I feel I will be able to learn, grow and develop whilst working alongside other self-motivated people. Now, Amazon has led the way for many years now, not just in the quality products and services it offers, but how it delivers its products to consumers and how it always puts customers at the forefront of everything it does. And I can't think of many other companies that start with the customer and then work backwards. Now, another reason I want to work at Amazon is because of your leadership principles. If I demonstrate these in my work, I will reach my full potential and I will get to achieve some pretty amazing things whilst I am working here. So that is a really strong answer that explains why you want to work at Amazon. Now, within that response, I talked about the leadership principles. We will touch on those more as we progress through this tutorial. And I believe if you want to pass your Amazon interview, you need to learn and understand the leadership principles. It won't take you long to do it. But again, Wait as we progress through this tutorial because I will talk more about them as we go along. Now don't go anywhere because I still have more questions and answers to give you to help you pass your Amazon interview. But when you are ready, if you want to click that link that has appeared in the top right hand corner of the video, it will take you through to my website, passmyinterview.com, and you can download my full set of Amazon interview questions and top scoring answers, including the ones we are working through together today. But here's the next question. Tell me about a time when you improved a process. Now, this behavioral interview question is focused on one of the Amazon leadership principles. Now, when working at Amazon, it is important you always seek ways to improve and develop so the organization stays at the forefront of its market. So here's another great example answer to help you. Tell me about a time when you improved a process. Here we go. It is only a simple thing, but I managed to make a significant improvement to one of the processes in my previous company. Now, for a long time, we had been sending out company invoices by post. Now, it was a tedious and lengthy process, and many of our customers would use the excuse that they hadn't received the initial invoice to not pay on time. Now, this frustrated me because the company was losing out on revenue and it was not helping cash flow. Now, I decided to use my initiative to search for different ways we could manage the invoicing process. And after a bit of research, I came across the online invoicing platform called FreshBooks. I looked into the service they provided, and I then presented my idea to my manager. Now, after a few discussions, we started using FreshBooks for our invoicing processing, and soon after, payments started being made by our customers on time, which significantly improved company cash flow. So that response shows that you care, and you then use your initiative to improve a process that is of benefit to the organization. So it's a really strong example. The next question, what are your strengths? Now, my advice is to name several different strengths that are a match for the job description and the Amazon leadership principles. So here's another really good answer to help you in your preparation. What are your strengths? My strengths include my ability to always put the needs of the team first and my passion for the work I am doing. In previous roles, I often had to work with others to achieve difficult projects and tasks, and I felt my strength was that I could turn my hand to anything if needed to help the team. No task was ever beneath me. Other strengths include my innovative approach to tasks, my fast pace of working, and my understanding that all employees must look to help a company save money as opposed to spending it without due care or attention. So that's another really good answer. You are listing a few strengths there that, in my opinion, are aligned to the Amazon leadership principles. We will cover the what's your biggest weakness question later on. So make sure you stay tuned for that because that is a tough question to answer. Here's the next one. Tell me about a time when you did something that was outside of your responsibility at work. Now, going above and beyond what is normally required is a sign of a great employee. Amazon needs members of its organization to be willing to step up and take responsibility when the pressure is on. So here's my example answer to help you. Tell me about a time when you did something that was outside of your responsibility at work. I can recall quite recently I was working as part of a team and it was late on a Friday afternoon when the company website went down for no apparent reason. Now, we had an online sale planned for the following Monday morning, so this was potentially a disaster for the company. Now, we were only a small team, so we didn't have a dedicated IT department to call upon. Now, my manager asked for volunteers to stay behind late that evening to try and get the website back up and running, and I volunteered to help. Now, she gave me the task of trying to find an online contractor who could help us solve the problem. Now, despite having zero experience in this area, I put a plan of action in place and I then got to work. So I managed to find a freelance IT developer on the website upwork.com, and I started communicating with them online, explaining what the issue was and trying to help him establish the root cause. Now, eventually, we managed to find the issue. The website had been hacked due to the fact the plugins had not been updated for some time. Now, by 6 p.m. that evening, the website was fully functioning again, which was great news for the pending company sale. Now, if something is outside of my responsibility, I will still take on the task as it is an opportunity to do something new and develop wider skills. That's a really good answer to that difficult behavioral interview question for Amazon. Tell me about a time when you did something that was outside of your responsibility at work. The next question, how would you react if the people in your team do not agree with your opinions or your ideas? Now, this is a difficult Amazon interview question to respond to, and it can only be answered correctly if you understand the leadership principles. Here's a great way to respond to this difficult Amazon interview question. How would you react if the people in your team do not agree with your opinions or your ideas? Here we go. This would not faze me at all. Providing I had explained my ideas or opinions in a concise manner and I had challenged them professionally, I would then commit to the team consensus. The team must always come first. And whilst I do believe I am good at what I do, I am not perfect and I still have lots to learn. In a recent team meeting, we were discussing ways to promote a new company product, and I put forward suggestions for trying social media advertising as a way to market the product. Now, I felt we had the opportunity to reach a new and fresh audience online, but nobody else in the team agreed this was a good idea. I challenged them by explaining the benefits of online advertising, but they were still not keen. Now, although I disagreed with them, I positively committed to the overriding team opinion and the agreed marketing strategy. That, in my opinion, is the perfect way to answer that difficult Amazon interview question. How would you react if the people in your team do not agree with your opinions or your ideas? The next question, tell me about a time you had to deal with a difficult customer or client. Now again, this is a challenging Amazon interview question to answer. Remember, Amazon always puts the customer first. So here's how I would answer this Amazon interview question. Tell me about a time you had to deal with a difficult customer or client. In a previous job, I had the responsibility of speaking to clients and customers on the telephone on a regular basis. Now, one situation comes to mind whereby a new client was making unrealistic demands that were over and beyond the agreed project specification. Now, each time he called me to speak about the project, he was rude, and he constantly tried to modify the specification. Now, I am the type of person who does not take things personally, and I knew how important the client was to the business, so I went out of my way to try and build a good relationship with him. I asked him questions about what was important to him, and I tried to find a common connection, as this would help improve communications between us. I was firm in respect of sticking to the agreed project specification, but where possible I tried to explain to him the benefits of the work we were doing and how these would help his business moving forward. Now, by remaining calm and professional and by trying to improve the relationship over time, I managed to win him around and he became a long-standing client of the company. Always remember, Amazon puts the customer first. They will do everything they can to provide brilliant products and services that meet the needs of the customers. I like that answer because you are not giving in to his demands, but instead you are using effective communication skills and relationship building skills to get the outcome that you want for the company you are working for. The next question, tell me about a time when you took a risk at work. Wow, this is a difficult one. Now, some people will say they don't take risks at work when answering this difficult Amazon interview question, but I don't think that's the correct way to respond to the question. Here's how I would personally answer this challenging Amazon interview question. Tell me about a time when you took a risk at work. I was working on a project that had a really tight deadline. Now, to meet the project deadline, I was working over the weekend, but unfortunately, my company laptop developed a fault and I could no longer use it. Now, thankfully, I'd backed everything up as I worked on the iCloud, but I now didn't have the laptop to work on. Now, any product purchases over $500 had to be approved by my manager, but he wasn't contactable. Now, I decided to take the risk and buy a new laptop that same day because I knew if I waited for Monday to get approval, the deadline would not be met, and this would reflect negatively on the business. Now, whenever I take a risk, it is always calculated, and I will only take one if I feel it is to the benefit of the company. Now, I believe to work at Amazon, you should be prepared to take calculated risks that are in the interests of the company. So I would not say I don't take risks at work. I would use an example like that where I am taking a risk that is calculated, and it is important that I take the risk because otherwise the company loses out. Here's that difficult question that I mentioned earlier. What's your biggest weakness? Now, whilst it is important to give an honest and genuine weakness, try not to give one that is a match for the person's specification for the role you are applying for at Amazon. Here's a great way to answer this question. What's your biggest weakness? My biggest weakness is the fact I am not that confident yet when giving presentations. I was asked to give a presentation in a previous job, and despite preparing well for it, I was quite nervous. Now, although giving presentations is not part of my everyday work, I still want to improve in this area. And I have been reading a book called How to Deliver a Great TED Talk by Akash Karia. Now, my attitude to self-development is positive, and I genuinely believe it does not matter how old you are or how much experience you have, there is always something new to learn. I believe that's a safe weakness to give, and you are also providing proof of how you are taking steps to improve. If you do mention that you are reading a book, make sure you do get a copy of it and read it, because they may have read it and they may ask you questions about it. The next question, tell me about a time when you showed initiative at work. This is a difficult one. Now, being able to use your initiative is a great way to demonstrate you have what it takes to follow the 14 Amazon leadership principles. So here's a great way to respond to this question. Tell me about a time when you showed initiative at work. In a previous company I was working for, we had a relatively high turnover of staff due to the nature of work. Now, each time a new member of staff joined the team, they needed to be trained up in how to use our company systems. Now, this training took time, and it meant a member of staff had to be away from their normal duties. So I decided to use my initiative to create a training folder that included different modules and clear instructions on how to use the company systems. Now, at the end of the training modules, I created a short quiz that tested the user's ability to operate these systems safely and competently. Now, my manager praised me for coming up with this idea because it saved the company lots of time and resources moving forward. That is a cracking answer to that question. Tell me about a time when you showed initiative at work. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Well, again, this is a common Amazon interview question, and one I believe needs to be answered in a specific way. Here's how I would answer this question. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? I see myself still working here at Amazon, either in the same role or having gained advancement to a higher level. Now, Amazon is clearly not going to stop improving, innovating, developing and growing, and I want to be a part of this journey. I am also someone who is keen to continually improve and develop professionally. So in 5 years from now, I see myself as a fully competent and loyal Amazon employee who has a diverse set of skills and qualities that can be used to help the team I am a part of achieve its goals. It's another really concise and positive response. Now, the next thing to do is make sure you click that link right now in the top right-hand corner of the video. Head over to my website, passmyinterview.com, and you can download my full set of Amazon interview questions and answers, including the ones we have covered today within this presentation. I have also placed links to other Amazon interview videos right here on YouTube in the description below the video. Make sure you check those out. I hope you've enjoyed that. A lot of time and effort goes into making these videos, so I would appreciate it if you did subscribe. And you can connect with me on LinkedIn. I've put my LinkedIn link in the description below the video. And don't forget to give the video a thumbs up, because as I said, that motivates me to create more for you. Thank you for watching, and I genuinely wish you all the best for passing your Amazon interview. Have a brilliant day.